The assassination of Julius Caesar, Cleopatra, Julius Caesar's downfall. In the twilight of 48 BCE, Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria, Egypt. In pursuit of his opponent, the statesman Gnaeus Pompey, who had crossed the Rubicon with his army to confront in Rome. Pompey the Great fled to Egypt after a brutal war that ended in Caesar's favor. Upon Caesar's arrival, the young Egyptian king Ptolemy XIII presented Caesar with Pompey's severed head, in a bid to gain Caesar's favor and support for his ascent to the throne, against his sister Cleopatra as the sole ruler of Egypt in a time when Egypt was also torn in the civil war against the two heirs to the throne. Cleopatra, hearing of Caesar's arrival, sneaked into the palace from her hideout to meet him and seek support against her brother. Stunned at her elegance, beauty, charm, and wits, Caesar made a decision right there that ultimately sealed his fate. He rendered his military support in favor of Cleopatra, making her become the queen and sole ruler of Egypt. A love affair ensued, resulting in a male child called Caesarion. When the people of Rome heard of this, they became outraged at their once beloved Caesar. He'd crossed the cultural and traditional line of a Roman ruler. He invited his new queen to Rome with his child in a show-off of power and wealth. He had monuments built for Cleopatra in the city of Rome and even deified her as a living goddess. This angered the people and ultimately led to the coup and betrayal that ended his great life. The people of Rome did not want any Egyptian blood as heir to the throne after Caesar, as he was a dictator and his descendant would have taken his power seat after his life. Julius Caesar and Cleopatra is one of the most famous and enduring love stories in history. He was a powerful Roman general and politician, while she was the queen of Egypt. In 44 BC, Caesar was assassinated by a group of senators who feared his growing power. Not only has he crossed the Rubicon, but also had to take a wife from Egypt, had a son with her, and brought her home to Rome. Caesar was on his way to a meeting of the Roman Senate when he was approached by a group of conspirators led by Marcus Junius Brutus and Gaius Cassius Longinus. As Caesar entered the Senate chamber, he was confronted by the conspirators, who began to stab him repeatedly with their knives. Caesar's death sent shockwaves throughout Rome. After Julius Caesar's death, Cleopatra returned to Egypt with her son and the relationship between Rome and Egypt deteriorated. What have you learned from this historical event? Decision-making is key to every step in life's journey. One bad turn could ruin a great start. We must be sensitive enough in pursuing the greater good. The voices of the people should never be undermined. History is our greatest teacher. Be great like Caesar in any field of leadership, but don't make power-driven selfish decisions that could end it all abruptly.